Alrighty, I'm at my mom's house and I'm gonna show you the sprinklers here. I got zone 1 going. There's this one, and the strawberries there. And there's this one, which I had to replace the nozzle. I got a new K-Rain and put it on there because the other one didn't work. It didn't pop up like, you see how it pops up? The other one stayed down and didn't pop up. So that one's fixed. And there's that one, and then there's a drip system kind of in there, and then, but it's hard to see, but most of it is over here, which might also be hard to see. And the grass is wet. See, like right here, you can kind of see right there. I weeded this all out, and I gotta weed it again. We already got tomatoes coming up. I'll have to let my mom know because I told her we're probably gonna get a bunch again, even though we didn't plant any this year. So, but anyway, I got zone 1 going. I did zone 1 for 2 minutes and the rest of the zones for 5 minutes. We have 5 zones. And they already came on last night because it was our watering day, because they're doing water restrictions. But I got so the grass is wet. You can kind of see the grass is super long and it's laid down right there. It's laid down. So, but the front yard is a little shorter. But I'll go ahead and go to zone 2 before it comes on, because that's in the front here. I don't want to get sprayed, or at least go through the gate while it's on. Anyway, we'll wait for that. With zone 2, there's a couple of sprinklers over there by the walkway that I adjusted to spray in there, because there's a garden that we put in there. We put some ice plant in there, and we moved some stuff out of here and planted wildflower seeds. So here comes zone 2. One there, one here. There's one here. The green nozzles are in 100s that spray shorter, and then the blue nozzles are in 200 that spray further. And I'll show you a map at the end. I have a map of this in the laundry room and the bathroom downstairs where the utility is. That's where our timer is. And also our dryer is broken. The heating element stopped working, so we have to get a new one. And so we have the washer and dryer pulled out because we can't get to the dryer without pulling out the washer, but I'll show you that. So here is, yeah, zone 2, the main front yard. But you can see that one is spraying the garden. It's kind of spraying like a circle, and then I'll show you that. And there's this one here. I got dirt on top of it still. There's this one. There's this one. You can see how that one's kind of it sprays the sidewalk, but at least it gets the ice plant over here, because my sister wanted some over here. We pulled some of the rocks out and pulled those ones out and got mulch there, or wood chips. So now we kind of got a little garden here, and now they get watered. But you can't really walk through the sidewalk anymore, but at least it gets it, you know. So that's all zone 2. At least that's getting wet. It's cool because like these ones you can adjust from like 0 to 360. I think originally they're like 270s, but somehow these ones, the guy that installed them for us, gave us ones that can do a 360 if needed. This one sprays that, so it doesn't really get that as good, but maybe I can adjust it. And that one kind of does almost a 360. And then that one over there sprays the garden too. So this garden somewhat gets watered, which is good. There's some seeds in here some wildflower seeds that we put in there. So that's working. And you can see that one gets all of this now. It's just a little turn, and then you can get it to go back from 360 to a 90, or to a 180 if needed. So that's always nice. It's all zone 2. It does spray the house a little bit, but it's okay. And then it does spray the driveway too. But when we had this installed, we didn't plan on having sprinklers over here. It was just gonna be rocks. But yeah, this is zone 2. Ooh, that one's spraying me. And pretty soon it should go to zone 3. It's a little bit of a breeze. That's what happens in the morning. This one still has dirt on top of it. It's good to clean them off. I kind of cleaned it off, but sometimes it comes back on there, especially over the winter. When they first turned them on, it had a huge hunk of dirt on it. That one's a little bent. And that one's good, and then yeah, you can see that one sprays the garden there. You can see the sun shining on them, which makes it easy to see. And I'm gonna go in the backyard, so because zone 3 is gonna be right here where this one is. So I want to be able to be back here when it turns on, because I think it's about to turn on. I don't know. Maybe in one more minute, but I guess I could show you real quick. This one here, you see that one again. There's not a sprinkler here, but this valve box is like a ball valve in the main line also. That one's for zone 1 and zone 2. And then there's another valve box for zone 3, 4, and 5 over there, which I'll show you later on. This is zone 2. Here comes zone 3. It's gonna spray me probably. Yeah, so this is like this part of the yard. There's one here. I always get wet over here. There's one there, and then this one's a side strip nozzle. It's brown. And then there's this one, and then there's this one, and then there's the one there, and then one there, and then one here. So it's hard to go in without getting wet. You can see a rotor here, K-Rain Mini Pro. And there's that one, and then another K-Rain Mini Pro over there. I'll show you. Kind of see a good view. There's that one there. That one always doesn't get dirty on top, so that's good. And that's all zone 3. So that's good. I like the back swings, backyard, south back, whatever. Here's Cream Puff. Yeah, that's all zone 3. Gets over here. You can see the raspberry bushes and some hollyhocks in here. It's just, the backyard is really long. You can see how it's pushing the grass down. I always think it looks cool when it does that. You can kind of see over here how that one pushed the grass down too, and then that's the valve box for zone 3, 4, and 5. And there's one right here that I don't have it go all the way over here. I have it stop about here, so that's why the grass is like pushed down up to there. Anyway, this is zone 3. There's a hose bib there, and then there's one over there by the lawnmower. It's always a cool view. Lately I've been having these come on at 4 a.m. every Monday and Thursday, because that's all we can do. And they said not to water any more than 40 minutes for like rotors and 20 for sprays. But since these sprayers you have to water double, it still has to be 40 minutes. But I have this zone go for 35 right now, and zone 1 goes for like 10 right now, 10 minutes, but the rest go for 40 if I can remember correctly. So I think they came on this morning at 4 a.m. and got done at like 6:45 a.m. I think that's what the schedule said. So far it seems to be working good. It's gonna be a really dry, well, it's been a dry winter, so I bet that mill's gonna be dead throughout the summer because there's nothing in there, and then we can only water twice a week, which is not enough for the summer, and 40 minutes isn't enough either, especially for twice a week. 40 minutes would be fine every 2 days, but not twice a week. So like here it gets so dry you kind of need a long watering time and more often, but like in other places of the country, like I guess you don't need to water as long because it's cooler and not as hot and dry, and they get more rain. But here not so much. And here comes zone 4. This is the back fence zone. There's all rotors on here. So there's this one. That one there always makes a bunch of air noises and it shoots far. And then there's one here. That one shoots almost up to the patio pretty much, which that's why they didn't put any to the middle, because that one over there does get the middle, and there's more there that get the middle. But this one, you can see how it's laid the grass down. It's so long. This one's a K-Rain RPS Select. Used to be a Super Pro rotor, like a K-Rain Super Pro, like the one over there, but I don't know, they changed it to it broke right after they installed it somehow, so they put a K-Rain RPS Select, which is that one. And that one's a Mini Pro rotor. And then this garden's got a lot of weeds, but we might put some strawberries and stuff in here maybe. My sister has strawberries that she wants to put in here. And then there's a K-Rain Super Pro there and a Mini Pro there. That's what the Super Pro rotors look like. They're kind of common, as you can see. Well, at least I've seen them around more often than the other ones. So that one still, it's like the RPS Select, it shoots pretty far. And then there's this Super Pro here, which you can see has got mud and dirt on it and stuff. I just get that going off there a little bit, but not really turning it, I don't know. But that one pushes the grass down too. It's so long. That one's coming this way. It's gonna shoot all the way over there. So I'm gonna have to move. Oh my goodness. Whoop. Look at that. There's the cherry trees. Oh yeah, so we're not gonna get cherries this year. My dad's cherry tree and these cherry trees, they were blooming because we had such a warm March, and then it froze, and so all the cherries died. They all turned blackish brown like this, see? So they were green, and now we're not getting cherries. We had a whole bunch of them. I think all of them fell in the ground because we were gonna get cherries. You can see there's one right there. It just died from the freeze that we had in April, but the tree's still good. You can see that tree's big. That tree's getting bigger. So that's good. That's zone 4. Let me go over here again. Yeah, that one's just flattening the grass for show. And then Yeah, this one kind of can't really flatten the grass because it's in the rocks there. But it kind of pushed it a little bit. It's always nice to see the water in the when the sun's not super high in the atmosphere or in the sky, because you can see it better. So that's always cool. And it went back behind the cloud again. There's clouds everywhere right now. Yep, this is zone 4. Okay, here comes zone 5, which is one right here, you'll see. There's one there, some over there, one there. This is the last zone. It's got a mini pro rotor there. You can see the grass over here is laid down now. I think that looks so cool when that happens. Anyways, so yeah, there's this one. This one's kind of bent this way just a little bit, so it pushes that grass down more than it does this, I think. There's that one. There's this one right here. And there's one there. We have a catio there on the patio, and so I try not to get it wet, but sometimes the ones over there spray it, especially if the wind's blowing. You can see this one here. And then there's this one here. This is the one that, I have it go here to here and not go all the way over here, because I just wanted to get this middle area here. And then there's this one right here. And then, yeah, there's a couple of, that's not good. This one's not even working. It's kind of jammed in there, so let's see why. There we go. It was working the other day ago. I don't know what happened, but something happened, I guess. I don't know what. So there's that one, and then this one kind of also seems a little weak. Whoa. Wonder why. Usually don't have a problem, but whatever. There's that one, and then it worked the other day ago, so that's weird. You can see that one on zone 3, left the grass down. Yeah, there's those two, and then these ones. So I didn't even know that was like that, so it's good I saw that. That one's got low pressure, and I don't know why. Like really low pressure, so that's weird. Might just be clogged. We'll get to that. Let's see. There's a Spooky. And then there's that one again. Let me see if I can go over to the back of the yard while the sun's out and show you it from there, because you kind of see them this way, but of course if you're going towards them this way, you'll see them even better. But look at that, there's my look. By the time I go over here, the sun kind of fades. Well, kind of still see them, but there's like a cloud in the way. There's cream puff right over here. There's some mushrooms. Yeah, of course, it goes behind the clouds. Those are some wild looking mushrooms right there, just so you know. And that's cream puff. You can see how this laid the grass down a lot. That's all zone 5. The last zone. It's looking good still. I think it's looking good. Don't know why it's looking like this one kind of having a problem, and that one didn't even pop up. So I wonder what happened, because you know I had it's on all the way, so weird, but it works fine, I guess. I don't want to spray farther. It's an RN200. That one over there, and then that one's in a 100. It's crazy because like when this was put in, you can kind of see them when they were in the ground, when they were off, and in the trenches and stuff. But now the grass is so thick and they're so deep in there now, you can't even really see them when they're off. Like, it's hard to find. And I know with rotors it's harder to find them anyways, but it's just interesting because I just remember always knowing where they're at, and now I still know where they're at, but when they're off I can't find them. Alrighty, that's all for the sprinkler system, all the zones. And now I can go ahead and show you the map. You can see it pretty much did good, and everything worked, except I don't know why those two didn't really do much, but we'll see what happens. This is the downstairs laundry room. You can see we have the washer pulled out and the dryer is over there because the dryer is broken. The heating element is broken, so it's not heating, but we had to pull the washer out to get to the dryer, so that's why it's looking like that. But it's crazy how big these are. Anyways, so that's the basement map, but here is the sprinkler system. 5 zones. You have, you know, driveway of the house, controller, which is in here, and the utility room is right there. So there's zone 1, and then there's zone 2, and then there's zone 3, and then there's zone 4, and then there's zone 5 over here. And right here, back garden, front, back swing, back fence, main back. KR1 is a K-Rain RN100 adjustable 13-foot to 18-foot spray, and they're green. KR2 is a K-Rain RN200 adjustable 17-24 spray, blue. KRS is a K-Rain side strip spray, they're brown. D is drip, which is a couple of those here. It's hard to see, but there's one there, and there's one there, and there's one there. It's all drip. And then MPR is K-Rain Mini Pro Rotor. SPR is K-Rain Super Pro Rotor, and then KRPS is K-Rain RPS Select Rotor. So yeah, someone at K-Rain RN100, 100, and some drip, and then see zone 2, which those are the ones that the pathway I'd make it spray the garden here. So that one did a 360 instead of a half, and that one did a half instead of a quarter, because they're all adjustable. And then there's the rotors, and then there's, you know, 100, 200, 200, 200, 100, 100, 200 there, and the rotors. There's the valve boxes here, and there's that one there. And then there's zone 3. That one was the side strip. Some 100s, 100, and then those are 200s. That's a 200, and then a rotor there and there. On zone 4, you got the rotor, the Mini Pro, RPS Select, Super Pro, and then the Mini Pro. And then zone 5, you have the RN100, RN200. Those are the ones that weren't working very good. And then you got the Mini Pro rotors all over here. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the sprinkler system of my mom's house for the spring of 2026. So I got pretty much everything going, and there's water restrictions, so I can't water too much. And so anyways, thank you for watching, and I hope y'all enjoyed.